Now, the fifth part of Manhwa starts. Grandpa Lee asks, "Can I speak with you for a second, Luo Shu?" "Yes," Grandpa Lee says. "Look at the sword I hold." Luo Shu says, "It's long and sharp." Grandpa Lee gets frustrated and says, "I am not kidding here. Stay serious." Grandpa Lee explains about sword. It's just a sword that simplifies everything in this world and therefore generates all creatures, but the sword skills can alter the world, break the mountains and pursue the essence of nature. Luo Shu sees Grandpa Lee swings his sword and says, "Everything comes in one. What do you think, boy? Do you want to learn it?" He's shocked and get excited and says, "Well, I don't," and runs away saying, "Please excuse me for leaving." Grandpa Lee tries to stop him and says what a brat, who doesn't know anything. Auntie Lin tells him he doesn't want to learn at all. Grandpa Lee says with sad look in his eyes, "But I don't have much time left. I can't let my skills go extinct. I have to find an heir." Luo Shu talks to himself while walking. Nice try. He's talking about having an apprentice all the time. Sounds like a pyramid selling. He stops and thinks, "Well, why is that old man so grumpy? I've come this far, but still giving me negative feelings." The dining hall at school. Everyone eating. Luo Shu thinks, "I'm still short of 3,000 negative feelings. What should I do? Should I just?" While he's thinking, Lu Li suddenly comes and shows his phone to him. And Luo Shu asks, "What? You scared me." Lu Li tells, "Let me show you something. This video has already gone viral now. Anyway, it's a great opportunity. A foreign awakener recorded this ad for a football team." Luo Shu thinks he got balls for doing this. Lu Li says, "Many enterprises begin to take advantages of business value of the awakener. For us it's a precious opportunity that only exists once in 1,000 years. He asks, "So what on earth are you going to do?" Lu Li tells, "Fine, I'll just go straight to the point. My parents' company is planning to invest in this industry. Now we're hiring awakeners. Are you interested in this? I know that you're from a poor family. It's a good chance for you." He says, "Let me ask you something, Lu Li. Do you know Justin Bieber?" Lu Li says, "I don't." Luo Shu says, with mocking expression, "I thought he was the one that taught you to be so confident." System collect negative feelings from Lu Li. He angrily says, "Damn it." Stomps his hand in desk and tells, "How dare you." Other students also join in and says, "Oh, my dear Lu Li, the young master of family Louis. How come you can't nail down Luo Shu?" He says, "Shut up." Another student says, "Come on, don't take it so seriously. Don't be offended by a loser." Luo Shu just calmly drinks. At night, in his home, he takes out star fruits, puts in desk, and eats one by one. Luo Shao feels irritated and glares at him. He says, "Stop staring at me. They are not for you." "It's not my fault that you can't digest them." She asks, "Where did you get so many fruits anyway?" He smiles, "Well," and thinks, "I collected them from selling stinky tofu in the morning." He stuffs all star fruits in his mouth and coughs 2 times and says, "Damn it, I was chalked on it. I'll join you to watch cartoon later," and goes into his room. He thinks, that feels weird. Suddenly, in his chest a bright light glows, and all his meridians full of energy, and he feels something inside his body, and try to grab it, but the power gathers in his chest. Then the 7 stars are rotating around that white color ball. He sees and tries to touch it, but the white ball turns into black ball. Then a dagger comes out. Luo Shu tries to touch it, but it pushes him back. Even so, with determination he holds the dagger in the end, and slashes it down, and thinks, the power, it's. Suddenly, a name comes to his mind, and names it, Canine Corpse. In his body, heaven, life, earth, these 3 are main. Also there are 7 sword names. Those are, Canine Core, mind controlling, yin restoring, evil slizzing, toxicity dispelling, filth removing, smelly lung. He thinks, Canine Core comes from my galaxy, so are those my 7 spirits. It feels odd. The dagger feels more like a letter opener. Behind him Luo Shao calls him, but he ignores her, and thinks to himself while playing with dagger, should I go learn some skills of sword? The old man next door. Luo Shao jumps at him and tells, join me in watching cartoons. He says, okay, get of me, please, and the scene shifts. Some black rope guys jumping building to building in the city. Suddenly they halts their moves, and one person tells, someone suspicious is detected ahead. It's not a threat, just a civilian. He says, okay, and Auntie Lin is standing in front of the house with serious look in her eyes. The black rope guy starts to move again. Leader guy tells, remember not to do anything without my order. And Auntie Lin just stands there. Uncle Lee senses the commotion outside and tells, it's meant to come anyway. Leader guy comes in front of Auntie Lin while releasing his aura. Luo Shu also senses something outside, and goes to window to look, and thinks, the power is stronger than ever. He sees at that leader guy, and thinks, what the hell, that person is way too strong, and sees Auntie Lin. Luo Shao asks, I want to take a look as well, but that guy looks at Luo Shu. He bends down and thinks, I was spotted, and that guy erases his aura and asks, this is the less advanced student, Nin Ting, and I'm here to visit Mr. Lee. Auntie Lin just looks at him. Luo Shu thinks, so the old man next door is hiding from his enemy. Now he was found. Right, Uncle Lee just calmly says, sorry for failing to meet you at the door, you distinguished dragonet. They both looks at the voice, come on in, please. Luo Shu suddenly remembered Zhang Shuyi words, dragonets and snares. Is the organization authorized by the country to gather awakeners? There are numerous snares but few dragonets, though dragonets are fewer than 10 in number. They are powerhouses of level B and above, and the strongest dragonet who ranks the top, Nin Ting. I will keep that name in mind, Nin Ting. He comes in the room and Sadis there and tells, your foundation wouldn't be ruined if the superpower got awakened sooner. Uncle Lee says, it's just fate. Nin Ting says, thanks to open-minded person like you, many hardships have been diminished in this world. Please, just tell me why you're here. Nin Ting reaches out his hand and asks, will you join us in our mission during this year when all kinds of superpowers get awakened? And other side Luo Xiao tries to listen their conversation, but she couldn't hear anything. He says, just focus. Nin Ting asks, the last position of the dragonet is still vacant. We are waiting for you. Uncle Lee coughs and says, sorry, but look, I'm just a common old man who'd even get chocked by water. Also we're holding different ideas. Moreover, all I want now is to spend my twilight years in comfort. Nin Ting tells, maybe I am a little bit out of my depth to compare myself with you, but I gotta say that you're the only director of the foundation in this country. Many domestic relics have not yet been opened. We guarantee you that if we find more medicines, we'll have them delivered to you as soon as possible. I do hope that someday the foundation won't be our enemy. You want to protect the world, while I only intend to defend my homeland. He says, to love and peace. Before his leaves he tells, please take care, and leaves. Others also follows him. Auntie Lin asks, are you alright? He thinks, Nin Ting, he's really quite a character. In the morning, Uncle Lee is swinging his sword, and looks at the sky, and he hears the voice of Luo Shu, and acts like he's practicing the sword. Luo Shu sees and greets, good morning Mr. Lee. Oh, good morning Luo Shu. Luo Shu says, your sword technique seems pretty awesome. Hearing that, Uncle Lee gets excited and asks, how's that? It's awesome, huh? Do you want to learn it? He says, I do want to, but the thing is, before he tells, Uncle Lee says in his mind, no problem. There is nothing that can stop you from learning when I am here, including money. Just say it. How much do you need? He comes to reality, and asks, tell me and I can help you. Luo Shu tells, well, it's not a big deal actually. I wonder if you are good at academics. Uncle Lee proudly says, they say that I'm a well-educated scholar who knows everything. Oh, that's terrific. I would have time to learn the sword technique. If you could help me supervisor Luo Xiao study. He happily calls Luo Xiao. He tells that, no worries, my little sister is a super nice girl. While he's saying, she kicks the door open, and comes out and asks while looking like a little demon, why did you call me? Luo Shu, he excitedly says, you should go to Mr. Lee place during the day, and he'll supervise your study. You won't get tomatoes with fried eggs in 6 months if you don't listen to me. She stares at him with killing intent. Mr. Lee thinks, why are you staring at me? I'm also a victim here. He says, I'll count on you then, and leaves. They both stand there speechless, and stare at each other with sparks in the eyes. Auntie Lin says, take your time, there are still plenty. Uncle Lee fumes, how did I end up being a babysitter? I am a level B awakener. Time for class, little one. They both sit at each other. Uncle Lee sees her notes and says, ho, I didn't expect that her handwriting is very good. And he puts down the note and thinks, hope that I made the right decision. On the next day, Luo Shu comes out of the house and sees Uncle Lee. He says, you need to train with these sandbags starting today. You can start from the lightest. But Luo Shu already ties 150 kilogram sandbag to his leg, and says, no problem. Uncle Lee gets shocked and asks, wait a second, is it okay for you to wear them now? He says while shaking his leg, I don't feel anything. Uncle Lee sweats and tells, good, you could almost match my record when I was training back in the old days. In his mind, I had been wearing 15 kilograms for quite a few years before I added. Luo Shu asks, can I address you as my master? I'm willing to do that. Uncle Lee thinks, I didn't make a wrong decision. No need to rush into that yet. I need you to take a quiz first. Swing the sword for 1,000 times with full efforts and feel the change in your muscles. Luo Shu thinks, weren't you the one who wanted me to be your disciple in the past? And scene shifts, Uncle Lee explaining to him while he's practicing. One cannot become a real martial artist if he can't even perfectly control his body. What kind of person do you think can be considered as a strong man? Boy, those who are strong enough to ignore the rules can be considered strong. Uncle Lee releases his aura and says, then, how do you plan to become one of those people? and swings his hand and creates a crack on the ground. Luo Shu thinks, it's the intent of sword. Uncle Lee thinks, now you know what I am capable of, huh? When you strike, you're confident that you can cut through the sky, and that's the essence, and you needed to experience and practice on that. Luo Shu mesmerizes and asks, please can you take me as your disciple? And thinks, I can't let go off such a great opportunity. Uncle Lee asks with serious, when you are in position of great power someday, are you willing to take greater responsibility? Luo Shu tells without hesitation, no. My responsibility is to survive and take good care of Luo Xiao. Our video ends here. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.